Everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And today I'm back with the F2 series. I very recently of course released the F2 first setup of it, so the setup of this Grand Prix season of course, where we went over that five track calendar. Of course we're having one feature race, we're having a sprint race and full 30-minute qualifying. So that's the plan for this season. It's going to be an exciting one. I know it's only 5 tracks, but of course when you've got 2 races and then there's even points for pole and qualifying, it's going to be very competitive and very exciting. So if you haven't watched that last video, you might want to go and watch that one. It's not a long one, just a quick one of me explaining how this is going to work with the tracks. And of course I chose Robert Schwartzman at Prima Racing to drive as for this one. And
track is pretty empty right now. Lots of space.
It is. Yes, we are here in qualifying under the floodlights at night time in Bahrain. And of course, in terms of the tyre selections, you only get one set of tyres. You get one set of mediums for this session, and that is it. And for a track where the tyres die very easily, it's going to be really hard to reserve them and hopefully keep them in a sort of ability to be quick sense throughout the qualifying session, because there's only really going to be enough tyres to go for 2 laps, possibly 3 if you can stretch them, but by that 3rd lap they're going to be struggling. So we're going to get out there and put down a banker and then go again later in the session. Well then, here we go, the first qualifying of the year, as Boschung looks to come up behind us for the move, and I'm like, no mate, don't. I just backed off from our teammate Piastri, who was in front, and all of a sudden we got Ralph Boschung on our back. He's trying to go for a move down into turn. We're not racing here, mate. We are surprisingly not racing, Ralph. You know, I think his name's Ralph, isn't it? Now I'm going to embarrass myself by getting his name wrong. But here we go then. First qualifying session of this F2 season, and we go on our first lap. A little bit messy into turn 1. Go a little bit wide on the exit, so we can't get the line we want into turn 2. Now we're heading down to turn 4. Lovely to be in these F2 cars. They handle so differently to F1 cars, such a different experience. I wish they had the classic cars in this year. That would have created some great content, loads of fun to drive. Sadly, they don't have them in, so all you've got is F1 2021 cars, F2 2020, F2 2021 cars. As you can see, we're creating a bit of a car park behind ourselves. We're not exactly flying on this lap so far. Then again, it is my first lap, and the way that you only get one set of tyres for qualifying does not suit my sort of style. It really doesn't suit me. I think Bostrom's on his in lap, so that's worrying that he's going as quick as us when he's on an in lap. But yeah, I'm really enjoying being in these F2 cars. Handle very differently. We are struggling up a little bit through this section. In terms of Bahrain, I do much prefer it in the night time than I do at day. In terms of the middle sector, generally, I love the end of the middle sector. I love that, but in F2 cars, that's probably the worst part of the track. Just because it's so easy to lose the car, you have to lift on that long right-hander heading up to the start of Sector 3. Here we are, we're going to come across the line. 1 minute 43, and we are flying at Bahrain, just off Richard Verschoor, who's in pole position. What a way to start qualifying here at the Bahrain International Circuit under the beautiful floodlights. We're not going to go again right now. I know I've gone really well in the first corner, but that's because I messed it up on my first flyer. But wow, what a way to start it. I'm just minimising any sort of tyre wear at the moment, and somehow we're going a lot quicker. We are going a lot quicker at the moment. Actually, I'm going to continue with this lap. We've gone quickest in Sector 1 by miles here, and oh dear, we've pretty much lost it there, but somehow we hold on. Vips has gone quickest, 1 minute 17.4 by the end of the middle sector. That was such a fantastic Sector 1 that I've just got to go again, haven't I? You know, not the best in the middle sector at the moment, but we're not sloppy through turn 10 on the exit. So here we go. I wasn't thinking about going again, but we have done such an incredible first sector here. Possibly the best first sector I've ever done in an F2 car around Bahrain. Definitely, that was a beauty of a first sector. We just got it hooked up perfectly. I wasn't even trying to do it. Maybe this is the way. Don't try to drive around Bahrain in F2 cars, and you will be the quickest. As we've gone purple in the middle sector. Can we just keep it nice and clean through the final one? And then we're going to hopefully be cruising towards a pole position and 4 points here, because this is a fantastic lap as we're a little bit messy out the final corner. But we're going to get DRS. We're going to go nearly a second quicker. And there we go. We go quickest at Bahrain here. What a lap. And as you can see, there's a yellow flag. Why is that? That's because we have managed to use virtually all of our fuel, and we're on very low fuel at the moment. So I'll just not hold up that driver. Delader. He's down in 21st. I don't think he's gone yet. So yeah, as you can see, we're pretty much out of fuel now. We'll just slowly get home to the pits. But there we go. What a start to qualifying here in F2 at Bahrain. Well, we've crawled home very slowly. And as you can see, that beauty of a lap that we put in, we were actually fastest in Sector 3 somehow. I recall it being green, but fastest in Sector 3. I will definitely take that. Look at that, what a beauty.
We're looking at a dry session.
4/10 quicker than Liam Lawson, who is in P2. Then we've got David Beckman in P3, Delader P4, and Zendelli P5. It looks at the moment as if, yep, everybody has got a lap in. Our teammate Oscar Piastri certainly isn't flying. He's down in P16. He'll definitely want to improve on that lap. But as I'm sure you can see, he's now on an out lap, so he'll be going for his second. And I think we'll just send it out again
So far is
at the end of the session for another go, but I don't think we're going to go any quicker than that. That was a beauty of a lap, especially Sector 1 really hooked that up. So that's the plan. I think we're just going to go out again in the last about 6 minutes of the session, but we've got a firm hold on this session and looking like we can take a solid first pole of the season. Well then, we're going to go again. Might as well give it a go. I can't see ourselves going any quicker than we did before on this set because they are a lot more worn, but might as well give it another try. Why not? 4 minutes left in the session. I'd expect to see some of the cars coming out on track for their second lap. Of course, this is our third. Might as well give it a crack, see what we can do. We're not going to need to see these tyres again. It's not like we need to save them for the race. And we get nice run through there, bit too deep on the exit. Get our foot down. Not the quickest in Sector 1, but we're pretty much trading with it. Not too close, not too shabby in the first of the 3 sectors around here at Bahrain, as we get a lot of oversteer there. Managed to just control it. It's not too hard to control oversteer in these F2 cars. They are quite twitchy, so you can get quite a bit of oversteer at frustrating points, and it can be quite lethal, but it's not too hard to correct it at this track. In terms of the positions, Liam Lawson and Beckman, the 2 teammates, P2 and 3 at the moment. Delayed at P4, Zendelli P5. Our teammate has moved up just into top 10. He's in P10 after going again. We're going to look at the final results in a bit, as most of the cars now flooding out onto track for their final lap. Of course, have to complete their out lap first. We're not going any quicker here. We're not extremely slower. Just not managing to find that magic that we did. But there you go, oversteer again. Not the first time oversteer will affect us. It won't be the last, and oh dear, yep. We've made that mistake there. Messed up that corner. The curb unsettled us. Didn't help. Let's go again after this one. Why not, people? Why not? Let's just have another go. I'm loving driving around Bahrain here. We're not going to go any quicker, I'm pretty sure about that, but we might as well give it another go around this beautiful track. We are P1. 4/10 ahead of Lawson, around about that. He will probably go quicker, but I can't see him going 4/10 quicker, so it looks like we could have a pole on our hands, and that would mean 4 points already without even getting into a race, as we probably should have taken some floor damage there because I absolutely sent it over the curb, and dearie me, we've wrecked another lap successfully. Just absolutely all over the place there. Bit sent by the curb. So there we go. That's we're just going to come into the pit, and that's going to be it for the session, but we should be safe enough as we've done it again. We absolutely bottled this lap. I don't know what this is. This is shocking for me, but at least we went nicely earlier to compensate from this. The tyres are pretty much dead at the moment, so yeah, we're just going to bring it in.
Tomorrow, your
top 3 are Schwartzman, Lawson and David Beckman.
Goodbye for now then, but we really are just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Well, in that second run for some drivers, not many of them managed to improve. You know, we didn't manage to. We struggled on those worn mediums going again, but we take pole position and 4 points for the feature race. I think the sprint race is reverse grid, so we'll have to charge up through the top 10. But we take pole by 4/10 from Liam Lawson. It was a fabulous lap. Very happy with it. Then David Beckman takes P3 for Campos Racing. Alessia Deleda is P4 for HWA Race Lab, with Lurim Zendelli P5 for MP Motorsport. Jory Vipst P6. Poucher P7. Fittipaldi P8. Viscal P9. Oscar Piastri, our teammate, rounds out the top 10 in terms of looking further down the field. Any real surprises? Well, Guan Yu Zhou down in 18th. That's a bit of a surprise. Jacques Aitken down in 16th. So not looking too great for Carlin at the moment, of course. Jehan Daruvala not doing great, and neither is it looking great for Univirtuosi. Felipe Drugovic also outside of the top 10. But there is your result for qualifying. We, of course, take 4 points, and let's have a look at the standings. I think we should just stop it all here. I'm joking, but look at that. We're top of the standings because we've taken pole. But, of course, we've got the sprint race coming up in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed the start of this F2 series. If you're excited for it, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But I'll catch you next time for some F2 racing.